They don't want you to do what?
They don't want you to take video.
Oh my gosh. I've been warned. Do you think they'll stone me and burn me?
I know they hate me, cops trying to catch me. If I need help, nobody gon' save me. Never only person I'm talking to lately. Rocking these shirts with a thought it was slavery. I'm going crazy. I hop in the water cause you know I'm wavy. I need a hero, can somebody save me?
Okay, so I'm in Boston. We came here to, hang out, right? First of all, anniversary, birthday, kind of hang out in Boston. Never been to Boston, but what also brought me here was something interesting. It's called a Blackout tattoo. So I'm going to be getting a Blackout tattoo on this arm. Although I like these tattoos, I think this was done in Venice Beach, California, 15 years ago. Red was done in Spain, Barcelona, 10 years ago. So it's an older sleeve, which means it'll be easier to... I was researching this because my wife mentioned that it would be really cool to do a Blackout tattoo and sort of cover up those older tattoos with something really stylistic. I typed it into the internet and YouTube popped up a video of this guy talking about how he does blackout tattoos, how it's an art form, how you have to be able to do it correctly or you will damage the skin, injure the person, and he's been doing it for years. At first he talks about it and he says he hated having to black out these, awesome tattoos that people had, but over time he began to really love the blackout style and began to perfect it.
Gone through all different phases and I was always doing black. That's what people want. I guess all my styles had developed through all my clients.
So I took to Instagram and tried to find somebody that could do a blackout tattoo near me, and I found someone that does them, was very popular doing them, and I messaged them and I said, hey man, can you direct me to somebody near me that can do a blackout? Couldn't find anybody near me. I'm in Tennessee, there was nobody around. So I said, what about you? Where are you located? Well, come to find out that it's the guy in the YouTube video. His name is Hoode, and I will be going to him. So we came to Boston, driving out to Dalton, Massachusetts to a really cool tattoo shop that he's at there, and he's gonna black out at least half of my arm. We're gonna try to get through half my arm up to about my bicep in 2 days. So that's where we're headed. I mean, I'm kind of used to it, with all the tattoos I have, but I think
it's a different sensation.
Yeah, it is.
It has to be.
It is, but the one, what hurts worse is the outline, I think, Kind of. Is this the public library? We're in the public library, downtown Boston. This is just the free public library is more ancient than anything in LA, for sure. This is crazy, crazy cool. I've never seen a public library like this in America in my life. This place is phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. Really shocking. Did not know this existed, even in America. I mean, I've been to the Huntington Library, Sabina, I've been to the Louvre in Paris, I've been to the Guggenheim in New York. This is crazy. Okay, so that was the public library. It was killer. Did not expect that. Lots of hidden little treats, obviously, in Boston that if you're a, history fanatic, it's the place to be.
That echo to the Steakhouse Square.
Ready? Another year.
We're in downtown Salem, Massachusetts here. It's actually pretty incredible. Very, very quaint town. Looks like we got the witch house here in Salem. Pretty fun, cool.
Apparently I could get in big trouble for taking video in here. I've been warned. Okay, so that house, the interior of that house is the man who persecuted and convicted the witches, right?
Yes.
So is that what? Because I didn't like pay attention to anything in there because I was videoing when I wasn't supposed to be. So what was it about?
It was the guy who sent all of them to their death.
He's the one that convicted them. And they burned them, right?
Most of them were actually hung. One of them was crushed to death, and another one there was a different kind of torture. I can't remember.
Is that the one with the stone in the back where they crush your back?
Yeah.
The spine? They put the stone and they put weights on top of you? Wow.
Hop in the water 'cause you know I'm wavy. I need a hero, can somebody save me? Got 99 problems, don't know I ain't Jay-Z, yeah. I know they hate me, cops trying to catch me. If I need help, nobody gon' save me. Never on it.
It was stunning.
With the old
architecture.
brick
I like it.
kind of thing.
I couldn't handle the weather here in the winter because I'm just not used to that. Spent way too much time on the West Coast to deal with that. But I mean, I'm cold right now, and it's
probably like 62 out.
that house.
Wow. Oh, sorry. Well, before we get lost, let's go back that way.
I could look up and down these streets all day long. I just love the idea, I think, of getting lost in some place that is almost like a fantasy. It's like my Disneyland as an adult.
I know they hate me, cops trying to catch me. If I need help, nobody gon' save me. Never only person I'm talking to lately. Rocking these shirts with a thought it was slavery. I'm going crazy. I hop in the water 'cause you
Okay, so we're leaving Boston. Took the trip here to get the Blackout tattoo. I love it. I think it's just outstanding. My hand is like a sausage right now. It's really, really swollen. My whole arm is pretty swollen. Let me stand up and see.
Yeah.
Beautiful saturation, almost perfect the way that it was done. So I'm so happy that I came here and did this. I'd say the hardest part of the tattoo was definitely probably the elbow where I had to turn my arm and like actually push into it. You have to like accept the pain. Everything in your body is telling you pull away because you're in pain, but you got to go through with it. Like once you got like the first part done, that there's no bailing on this process now. So you're in it, right? Once you got in the ditch, down in this pit, I was just like, that hurt too really badly, but nothing I couldn't take. I mean, I was a little lightheaded at the end, but it wasn't unbearable. Totally worth the trip. I loved being able to meet Hood and get him to work on me. Now I've got to move on to finish this part. You got a little bit higher up on the backside here.
It's like twice the size of the other arm.
So it's a lot of pressure.
Massive,
Yeah.
The swelling.
It's a lot of
It's something to consider if anybody else is wanting to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, the healing, it doesn't hurt. I'm not in pain. I'm just uncomfortable a little bit because of the swelling, but it'll go down. And I love the look. I think it's so clean and so concise. It looks like it should be in a contemporary art museum or something, which I love. And I love photography, art. So to me, this form of expression is really pretty neat.
Yeah, it's like art.
It is.
It's like you have modern art on your right hand, and you got classic, traditional art, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
Tattooing.
Yeah, so I love it. Yeah, it's a good combination. I don't think I'll do this arm ever black, but I do want to finish this up here. And I have to go up pretty high. I hate to cover this because this was done by a pretty popular tattoo artist in New York. No, it's really pretty neat.
Tennessee to Massachusetts is kind of crazy, and it wasn't like we just flew in and were able to see him in Boston. We had to drive 2.5 hours outside of Boston. We were almost like in Albany, New York.
This dude, though, I mean, when he got going, you gotta say, he's up early, he was ready to go. The gauge he uses, it's 42 or 47 needles. So if somebody tells you locally after you see this video, because you love it, they can do a blackout for you. Be really leery about that because,
Well, just look at their work.
Just look at their work, but be leery. Have they done a blackout before? Do they know what they're doing? Do they have the right gauge needles? You're going to sit there through a tattoo, a blackout that's going to take 10 hours just to get a portion of your arm done because the needle that they're using is just a normal shadow needle for a normal piece of art tattoo or lash tattoo. That doesn't sound fun to me, and I've had people tell me they can do that, but I saw the video. I saw Hood doing his work in Blackout, and I said, that's a totally different gauge needle. That does not look like anything I've ever seen. And obviously I've been tattooed before. So my brain said, hold up. Don't get a tattoo locally. Don't find somebody to black you out.
It's going to be on your body forever.
Yeah.
So my theory is, why wouldn't you travel to the best? Why wouldn't you go to the person who's the best, who's all splashed all over online, Instagram, showing their work, and it's amazing every picture you see.
Yeah.
That's who you want to go to.
A bunch of people that had like a kind of a band, or like several bands, a thick band with like two thin lines. Or then I started seeing people having half of their arm covered. I thought it was just a really neat, clean look, but I consider it more of a body modification than a tattoo. I think it's modifying your body.
And when you saw that video, you were like...
And then when I saw the video, I was like, oh my gosh, you should do this.
And then when I told you it's the guy, and he says he can do it.
Yeah, we didn't know that you had emailed him or DM'd him or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of neat, and I think seeing all the photos like leading up to this big event solidified the fact that it was going to be. And now just seeing it on you, it's definitely a really cool piece.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for letting me come along. I had a lot of fun.
So we're following up with the tattoo healing process. It's pretty much, the skin has just come right off here. It was like about 4 days in, it was just coming off in like little sheets. Not too much pain anymore, but it's still working back here, so you can kind of see what the healing process looks like. Comes off back in there. And, it looks like that. It's just kind of, I'm sure a piece will just come right off. The skin just sort of melts right off. Pretty gross in the bed because there's like dead skin everywhere, but for the most part, it's really doing well. There's no lotion on it right now, so it's just really dry. I'm kind of giving you a look at what it would look like completely dry, but it is black. He did a great job. It's very consistent, very smooth. So super happy with the outcome, and looking forward to getting back into the gym. It's been about a week since I've been able to work out, so it's driving me nuts.